Thank you for coming in and joining me, the Trayvon Jones Conscious Talk channel. Please do me a favor, press that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. And I want to say thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. And check out my other videos as well, and thumbs up those videos and all that good stuff. You know, I want to talk about something that is happening in our culture that has been happening for a while. And it's used as a shaming tactic. It's used for when, things are not going the way that they would like for things to go. I noticed that a lot of black women love to befriend gay men. They love to befriend gay men. They love to, have them around them. Because what I'm noticing is that a lot of black women like to have gay men around them because it makes them feel superior. They bitching and girl this and all that kind of stuff all day long and joking and laughing, and having a good time. But let that gay man piss her off. Or let you know, a heterosexual man piss her off. That man is automatically going to be gay. Now they can have friendships with gay men all day long, and these could be the most effeminate gay men ever that they're friends with. They love them. They're always using them as an excuse with their boyfriend and say, "Oh, well, he's gay. He's my guy friend, but he's gay. You know, he's not a threat. He's not this. He's not that." But what they like to do, especially like on the job, a lot of women like to bully you on the job. They like to, get their way, get what they want. They like to get the assignments they want. And when you are a man that says, well, wait a minute, we're all equal here. You know, we're equal here, and I'm not going to pick up the slack for some random ass female because she's a female. Especially when we're all getting paid the same amount of money. We're all doing the same type of job. Why would I pick up more of the slack for you because you're a female? When we all doing the same type of job. And in some cases, you have a lot of women who do what society would say are men jobs. They do them. You know, do I think those jobs make you make you act more dominant? Do I think that those jobs put a masculine spirit on a lot of these women? Absolutely, because they're out of their roles. But as a society, you're not allowed to be able to say, well, that's that's just strictly a man's job, and a woman don't have nothing to do with it. We see truck drivers, we see police officers, women all day, every day. We see women working in fields that normally men handle. A lot of physical work. You don't really see women doing that too much, but it's there. You do have women that do it. I saw a woman over here delivering packages, and she had one of them big ass machines that you use to pull those packages, and she was doing it herself. Now the first, your first mindset is like, why ain't a man doing this job? But the society that we live in, it is what it is. You have women doing men jobs. So with that being said, you have some jobs that women would consider are for women, like nursing, for instance. That is a female dominant area. Now, 25 years ago, when I first started being in nursing, it was far and few between men that were in nursing. You had men there. You always had men in nursing because they were always there to do the heavy work, the lifting. Although you had women that did it too, but a lot of the women were more in the managerial part of it, or things of that nature. And you had men who were doctors and stuff like that. But you also had men that were in nursing. So we've always been there. But because it was a high dominant, female dominant, uh, job, you have some women who think that men who are in nursing, oh, they're automatically gay. They are automatically gay because they're doing something that they think is a woman's job. But these are the same women that when they see your big, strong ass, can you help me lift that patient? Can you help me put that patient back in the bed? Can you help me? Because that patient is being belligerent and causing problems. He might hit me. They want to go get the men. They want to go get the men. They don't go get another female or, someone, that's on their level, but you over here thinking that all the men that work in here, oh, well, they must be gay because they're in a female dominant area. A lot of black women are quick to call a man gay when they are upset with him, when he has pushed their buttons, when they want to belittle you, when they want to put you down, when they want to make you feel a certain kind of way. Especially if you're a heterosexual male, this is supposed to be a shaming tactic. This is supposed to put you back in your place. But what I notice is that when you start calling women masculine and you start telling them, sir, calm down with that manly spirit that you pushing off at me right now. You have to start talking to these women like that. You have to start talking to these masculine women because these women shouldn't even be talking to you like that in the first place. As a man, these black women need to be held accountable for the way that they talk to you, because other groups of women are seeing how this one particular group of black women are just talking negatively about black men. You'll have black women who will talk over the black man. It's always a competition with the black man. If the black man is getting more attention from women, you'll have that one black woman who will feel the need to belittle you and put you down and say and make you basically like you are just a peasant. That's how they'll come off at you. They'll come off at you that way because that is their goal, is to put you down and to put themselves up. And a lot of our women have that spirit on them of just total disrespect, emasculation, always wanting to emasculate you, and this has become a culture. And what men have decided to do, and I'm so proud of black men today, that are waking up, because 2024 is just the year of truth. We already got Cat Williams coming out and he's telling truth, and and like I said in a couple of my videos before, 2024 is going to be an awakening. It's definitely going to be an awakening in 2024. This is definitely going to be the time of truth, of, in order for us to get back to the sovereign beings that we are as a people and not being robots and being used. We are going to have to start making people uncomfortable and telling the truth. And part of that is just simply just saying, no, this is wrong. And this is the way that this is actually happening. And it has to be changed. Now we see Cat Williams saying, look, I simply said no. And what I did was took a chance on myself. And I paid for my own shit so that I can be the boss man that I am. See, this is what black people need to start doing. So when you have black women that have fitted themselves in society to use shaming tactics to put you in your place, you have to separate yourself from them. See, when we're working with them on the job and we're still dealing with them and having babies with them, they're going to continue with that shenanigans. They're going to continue with that foolishness, and they're going to continue putting you down, disrespecting you. But when you move yourself away and say, well, no, I'm going to build, I'm going to be stronger, because this is what ultimately you keep shaming black men about. Well, you're gay because you don't like black women, because you're always being negative to black men and you're not doing what we tell you to do. So because you're not doing what they tell you to do, they just shame you. So what black men are starting to do is position themselves where, no, I'm going to get that bag. I'm going to get, the money. I'm going to hide in the shadows, and I'm going to grind, and I'm going to work, and I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure I'm secure. But I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about you, though. I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about your rugrat ass children that you had with Tyrone. I'm not thinking about that. Or probably with some white man or some Latino man, but then you're dragging those children into the quote unquote black community. calling them black. This is what you're doing. And then blaming all black men for not supporting you, not being there for you. They just had a video of a black woman over here shaming black men for doing regular jobs, for being a post office worker, for being a mailman, for being a mechanic. This woman was saying those type of jobs that men are doing are weak and should not be done. See, I don't know where in society our women have just fallen for this madness that is going on. Our women have been tricked. And there is no amount of, trying to get them under control and trying to make them change their minds. No, you just have to separate yourselves from stupid ass individuals who think like that, who feel like that. And you have to start over and let them who have that mentality, let them stay in that mentality. And for those who get old and wake up and say, you know what, this is not what I want to do. Or for those Simone Biles who at a young age have said, okay, I'm accomplished. I've, did what I was supposed to do. I'm worldwide famous, but I want to have a husband. I want to be somebody's wife. And like she said the perfect thing. Yeah, people keep calling my husband Simone Biles, too. They keep calling my husband, oh, that's, Simone Biles' husband. But in a couple of years, they won't be doing that. See, that's a woman who is smart. She's smart enough to say, well, let me get this figured out right now because, 10 years from now, I'm not going to be the big Simone Biles, more than likely. Not to this magnitude that I am. Let me find the right person now so that I can have babies, so that I can actually have a family, so I can have a future, so I can, pass on, my love to children and, and have a next generation. But what a lot of our black women today are just focusing on the bag and how to use men and, and you need to have this. And before you know it, their old asses shrivel up in the sunset. And now you got old black women on TikTok feeding dogs steak and cooking it and fixing the vegetables and bathing them with all these expensive shampoos and cleaning their teeth and cleaning their nails. Now I'm all for pampering my dog and I'm all for making sure that my dog is, is up to date on their shots, that they are bathed regularly. Hell, you even brush their teeth and you feed them, I feed them leftovers. Do they get kibble? Absolutely. But they're a damn dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no, they are not children. No, you do not abuse them and mistreat them. You love them because they have a job to do. They are to protect you and their companions. Dogs are companions. So they're doing their job, just being with you and protecting you. That's their job. So you compensate them and you protect them, you take care of them, but I'm seeing black women on TikTok over here treating dogs like they are the man of the house. See, this is the kind of shit that is getting to because women refuse to just be respectful and treat black men with the respect that we deserve in this society. Now, we ruled for thousands of years as black people, as black men, so-called black men. And I have to keep saying so-called because that's not who we really are. We are indigenous to this whole entire world, but we know we're indigenous to America. We know that for sure. But we've ruled for so long. And now that we're out of rulership for a time, because we're going to get back to the rulership, because again, 2024 is the age, is the time that we start telling the truth and start exposing the lies so that people can start making better decisions and changing the way that they act. But we've been ruling all this time. And then the one moment that we're out of rulership, our black women ain't even there for us. They have separated themselves from us. They're over here aborting our children, our babies. Listening to the Pharaoh say, kill your babies. Delete your babies. Abort them. This is what our women are doing. The disrespect, talking over men, being disrespectful, and then want to use shaming tactics. Oh, you're gay. The minute that you disagree with a black woman or say, no, bitch, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. Or, now all of a sudden, it's a shaming tactic attached to that. And you're talking that way to a woman and you're gay because you're talking that way. But never mind the fact that your whole masculine ass is talking crazy to a man. That's ass backwards, and nowhere in society this has ever been. Women were respectful to men, especially out in public and within the family. You don't talk crazy to no man, especially someone that looks like you. But our women have gotten so out of control. Black women have gotten so out of control where the only thing you can do with them is to not be bothered with them, to stay away from them. Because even when I work with other groups, I notice how those other groups, they're comfortable with me as a black man. They like me. Just the other day I had a nurse. Now I don't know if this was a compliment, per se. I'm gonna take it as a compliment, but it was kind of insulting in a way. But she said, "Are you American?" I said, "Yeah, I'm American. I'm from America." She says, "No, like, were you born here?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Were your parents born here?" I said, "Yes." I said, "You know that American black people are aborigines to America, right?" She says, "Yes, I know that." And this is the Asian woman I'm talking to. This is a short little old, cute little old Asian woman, lady, sweet as can be. She's so sweet. She said, "No, I know that." And I said, "Well, I'm glad that you know that." She says, "No, but you're different." And I get that all the time. I get that all the time, that you're different. You're not like, other black people. And now we're both nurses and I work with her frequently, this old Asian lady. I work with her all the time. And so she knows me. She knows how I am. She knows that I am a dedicated nurse. I take care of my responsibilities. I take care of my residents, my patients. I do my job. She knows this and she respects that. But she also knows that, we work with a lot of trifling ass black women. See, she's not talking about the men that come in, you know, in nursing. She says that a lot of the men are great and professional and they do their jobs. She's talking about the women without actually saying, the black women come in here and they just act all ratchet and shit. She didn't say that, but that's what she might as well had said. And I totally understood what she was saying. And I did it in a way without actually putting black women down in front of another culture or another race. I'm not with that. I never would want to disrespect our sisters to another race of a woman or of a man or anybody. I think that's disrespectful. But I notice a lot of our black women do that to us as well. Because they'll go get them a white man on camera to disrespect us. And they'll be right there disrespecting us and allowing that white man to be disrespectful to us. Plenty of podcasts where black women were and are doing this. But as a so-called black man, I don't want to do that. So with that being said, I didn't really, co-sign what she was saying, but I said, well, thank you, and I get that a lot from other groups of people. Sometimes, you'll have groups of people who stereotype you, but then when they work with you and they say, gee, I get this all the time. Are you American black? And I have to tell them, I am American black. There ain't a time that my family ain't been in this damn country. There ain't a time that my family haven't been in this country, period. And I have to make that emphatically clear to a lot of people. No, I'm not from another country. And yes, we do have good so-called black people in America. That's just what it is. I was raised, by parents who taught me morals. And that's, it was my gift. I mean, that was a gift that I received from my parents. They taught me how to live in this world and society and to treat people with the respect and to demand the respect that you are to have as well. And and I thank my father he's gone now, but I thank him for just being a good father, and just being a loving father and a strong father, you know, for his family. My mother as well. You know, I thank my parents for just, you know, teaching me values and all these good things that a lot of our children today are just missing and not getting, especially being in single parent households and thinking that they don't have to have a man to be in their lives, or that child don't need a daddy. We have a whole generation of black women who think that that child don't need no daddy at all. They don't need one. When every black child needs a father, every black boy, every black girl needs a father. Period and point blank. And statistics show that black fathers are the most involved. The CDC reports show that black men are the most involved in their children's lives, picking them up from school, cooking for them, bathing them, teaching them, playing with them, you know, all these type of things that we as parents do. So when you have someone like Cat Williams saying things like, you know, well, no, I ain't never been married. You know, when Shannon is over Sharp's over like, have you ever been married? Are you planning on getting married, Cat? And Cat just simply responded, I don't see the point in it. I'm nurturing. And statistics show that black male fathers do way better being a single parent. It's just like having two parents in the home when you have a black father, a male father raising the children. It's like having a mother and a father in the home. Period. But black women, they can't do that. They cannot replace the father. They just cannot do it. But they over here telling black girls and black women that they can, and the lies have got to stop. The lies have got to stop. We have come to a point where we're going to start being truthful up in this bitch. We're going to start telling the truth about what this government has constantly done to us, who we really are as a people. You know, no, we did not just come from Africa. Quit lying about us. No, our history did not just come from slavery. As a matter of fact, slavery has been told to us in reverse. We have been lied to. You know, and when you start finding out your real history and who you really are and how powerful you are, you start hearing things like Kanye West saying, well, slavery was a choice. It sounds far-fetched and off, but when you do your research and you look at the bigger picture, and a lot of times it was. You know, when we go and fill out a job application, that's a choice. That's a choice. Some would say that that's a form of slavery. You mean to tell me you're going to go sign a contract to be an employee? A slave? Because that's ultimately what you are, really. Instead of creating your own, like Cat Williams, you know, and being a sovereign being and doing what you need to do. See, this is where the truth needs to come in, because being indoctrinated into being a workhorse and being a slave has got to stop. We have got to stop. Now, we know everybody can't be no entrepreneur, but when are so-called black people in America are going to start putting their money together and start building their own hospitals so that we can hire other black people? When are black people going to do that? When are black people going to put themselves in a position where we don't have to depend on outside people? When are black people going to start buying up a bunch of land in unison? So before you know it, we've bought up all this land. Now we have our own town. Now we have our own town that can be governed. It's real simple. It's not difficult. We make it difficult because we are always trying to indoctrinate ourselves with the enemy, with people who have brainwashed our black woman into being our enemy and downing us. We have to stop doing it. We have to separate ourselves from even our own people and start making this happen. We should have our own cars. We should have our own clothing line. We should have our own land. We should have our own hospitals. We should have our own schools, our own grocery stores. We should have our own land where we're growing our own fruits and vegetables and all the other amenities and enjoyments that we like to have. We should not be relying and depending on Asian people for hair care products. They don't know our type of hair. As a matter of fact, they're putting chemicals in our hair that are deleting us and causing cancers and all these type of health issues that we're doing to ourselves, because again, that's a choice to go buy from a group of people who don't like you. And I'm so glad that it's a movement going on now where black people are saying, I'm tired of going to these restaurants where in my neighborhood where some Asian person opens up a food place, but then instead of hiring black people, they hire a bunch of Mexicans and Latinos. That's wonderful that Latino people can find jobs too, but y'all in our neighborhood, a predominantly black neighborhood, opening up shop, and instead of hiring black people, you over here hiring other groups of people. That's crazy and that's insane. And this is the reason why a lot of us are being awakened. For 2024, we are starting to awaken, and it's a beautiful thing. Now, those who want to stay asleep, get your nightcap on, cover up, bundled up, so you can, drift off further into dreamland. That's okay. You go right ahead and you do that. You go to sleep and you stay asleep. But for those of us who are starting to wake up and saying enough is enough, we need to start making shit happen. Period and point blank. We need to start making shit happen. And what better way to show your love to your child by leaving them some land? What better way to show your love to your family by leaving them some land that they can call their own, that is actually their land? They can build a house on it. Can't nobody just take it, and say, well, even though you've had this house for 3 and 4 generations, this ain't your land. And they can just come up and just, take it right up from up under you, But we need to start buying up more land, y'all. That's what we need to do. And these black women who don't want to follow, and these black men who have been raised by these black women, and they're some simp sucker ass motherfuckers, let them stay where they are. Let them stay where they're at. Nothing you can do. Quit socializing with them. Quit trying to convince them. Leave them alone. While they talking shit and talking bad and wishing and praying and voodooing that you fail, we're going to keep right on going. And then when they see that we're actually doing something, they'll either change their tunes or die bitter, miserable, and angry because they've been rejected. But of course you've been rejected when you have never supported or been there. Period. You just want to keep using shaming tactics that your enemy has taught you to do to destroy your own community and your own black men. But it's time that black men wake up and say, we're not going to put up with it anymore. Even from these bitches from our own fucking community who have this detrimental ass way of thinking. We got to quit it. We have to stop teaching our little girls that they can raise children on their own. We got to quit teaching that, and that we need units. We need a husband and a father, period. This is what we need to be teaching. Not that you can be single and then you want to have some man to come in to take care of all your babies that you didn't had with some other man that ain't going to take care of his own goddamn kids. That's insane. That's not normal, and we got to stop making that normal. But black women are the most homophobic group there is. And it's high time that black women are called out for their homophobicness and them using, how you gonna go to a community, befriend these gay men, but then turn around and in one breath shame them for being gay, or shame a heterosexual man because he don't agree with you. So now you're gay. How do you think that's supposed to make the gay community feel? Think about that for a moment. Should the gay community respect you? Because now you're ultimately telling the gay community how you really feel about them, black woman. That's what you're doing. That you don't have no respect for them at all, and you think you're better than them, and you're disrespectful to them. Naturally, they don't think that what they're doing is wrong or shameful. Gay people don't think that. So you using that as a shaming tactic just shows your hatred for a group of people. That's what it shows. And it's high time that black women are called out It's high time that black women are called out and shamed for what they are doing. And maybe they need to be isolated and put down. That's what we need to start doing, because this is ridiculous. Using shaming tactics, and you want to use the gay card to shame black men because they don't want to fall for the shenanigans that a lot of our dads and uncles have fallen for, because the system's fucked up. So not only do we got to shut black women down, but we got to shut this system down by not being involved in it. Simple. And I'm so glad that now, if you ain't married, now you have to prove that that's the father of the baby. Before he signs the birth certificate, he has an option to take a test to find out if he's the legitimate father or not. All women all around the world, not just black women, women all around the world are pissed. That's okay. Let them be pissed, because we're going to put a stop to the foolishness that you have been doing for decades. Putting babies off on other men. You know, men not finding out that I've been raising somebody else's baby, and well, that's still a child. Don't you love him, right? You love her, right? That's still a child. No, but it was under false pretenses. You lied to me. And this is what calls for people to want to hurt you for doing shit like that. That's crazy. So we have to come to a place where we're not allowing black women to shame black men anymore and putting babies off on them that don't belong to them. You need to go find that baby daddy, and you need to tell him to take care of this baby that he helped you to create. Your ass sat up there and got pregnant on purpose, and then turn around and say, well, hey, I didn't purposely get pregnant. Yeah, you did. You let him nut up inside you. You knew exactly what would happen while he was pounding you raw. You knew what the possibility was. You can get some STD. You can get a disease that you can't cure, or you can be stuck with a baby. When are black women going to stop giving their insides to Pookie and Ray Rays and men that are not going to benefit them in any kind of way at all? But what our black women do is have a baby with these quote unquote real men that turn them on, but ain't going to take care of them, or their bastard offspring. But then they want to get the simp man that they have no respect for to come in and pick up the slack and to pay for this baby that ain't his. That time is over. That time is over. A lot of you black women need to get your asses out there and get up and go to work. Work. Stop depending on men to get a baby so you can get some child support, so you can help pay that damn car note, that car that you don't even need. Now you driving a bomb-ass car, but you ain't got no place to live. You living with your mama and you living with everybody else while you driving a bomb-ass motherfucking truck or a car, though, with all these illegitimate-ass children. Make it make sense. We got to stop this. We got to stop it. And black women, it's high time that you start getting shamed for wanting to put down heterosexual men because they don't agree with you and they're not going to put up with your shenanigans and your bullshit anymore. We got to start shaming you and putting you down and simply leaving you alone. Leaving you alone altogether. Like, share, and subscribe. Press that thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section, and I will see you all on the next video. If you've gotten this far and you've heard my video, thank you. I appreciate that. And I will see you all on the next video. Peace out.